What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome. Let's slide over here a little bit closer. Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the internet. The reason why I personally believe that is the best conversation on the internet is because of all of you wonderful people who come together. Well, not every night, but Monday through Friday, and like I say, just engage in an exchange of opinions. Sometimes dialogue, back and forth. Sometimes. But again, it's a community of great people. Whether we agree or disagree, or whether we learn some interesting things about one another from time to time. But I'm glad you all could make it. Let's see what we got joining us tonight. Like I say, tonight we're going to talk about a very popular topic in the Den. That is Lizzo and fat shaming. Even though the Den was built on a foundation of BBWs and robo-hoes, for some reason, I think the Den gets a bad rap. I think the Den men get a bad rap on some of these false accusations that go around. But like I said, let's see what we got joining us, and then, like I said, we'll get into some good conversation. I'm hoping we get into some good conversation. That's, I guess, the best way to put it. Let's see. Oh, way early birds. Jason S. K. Grace, M. Grace. Excuse me. Just Sarah. John from NY. What's the motherfucking deal? Coltrane. Slick Whips. Sweetberry. She's neither here nor there. What's the motherfucking deal? Miss Jen. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Eastside Herald in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? I see Yasmin. Mike B. It's your boy Roman. What's the motherfucking deal? Jenna Marie. What's the motherfucking deal? Ronald Isley. I didn't see you, Isley. I don't know. I have to check my Palm Pilot. Yeah. So I mean, we're gonna talk about it exactly. That's the thing, right? So we're gonna look into that whole Diddy thing, and it's gonna be interesting. I just want to know your thoughts. So now, y'all know me. I'm not the most pop savvy person. You know what I'm saying? And in reality, I could give a shit about all parties involved. But in a desperate attempt to chase some clout, we're going to talk about this. And it's partially true and kind of not true, but a lot true. So, Lizzo has been relatively popular the last few months or so for wanting to post up her posterior all over the place, right? So, there's that. This could be Miss Bell, Miss Bell, if I miss Miss Bell, and I got a list. I think my list stops. I think at the east side for the early birds. And then is that V Darko sighting? Oh, get the raisins out of the potato salad. It's going down tonight. So here's my thing though, right? Here's my thing, and there's a lot of different views on this particular topic tonight, right? So Lizzo starts twerking to a song called I think it was 1, 2, 3. I was waiting for this vent to fucking finally die down a little bit. A song called 1, 2, 3 with I think it's Black Youngster and Moneybagg Yo. And I like the song. The song is actually in my workout playlist. I like the little song. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And there are some very provocative lyrics in the song, right? So apparently on the live, Diddy's like, nah, nah, nah. Let's chill. Let's not do that. Miss Lizzo decided she was going to start flexing. Now I don't know how old Diddy's kids are or anything like that. So, at first I was gonna be like, oh, okay, Lizzo out there tripping again. She just don't know when to chill, right? And Diddy was like, it's a family affair, So he said it was the lyrics, right? So I was like, okay, because then you see the other chick. Apparently later on that evening is what they said. Later at night. This could have been like BET Uncut now. All right, could have been on some BET Uncut shit. Hello, Heidi. Jackie, what's the motherfucking deal? Uh, and so Draya. Look, again, I'm chasing my own cloud this evening. I don't know half these people's names. I'm assuming Draya or Draya. We'll say Draya. And apparently was giving a round of applause in the stream later. But see, here's the thing, right? People are saying, well, it was the song that she chose. Well, the second lady chose "Back That Ass Up," right? So you know what I'm saying, and we all know that is a classic. Apparently, even presidential campaigns apparently use that song for whatever reason. So I mean, it must be. I don't know. Anywho, so here we are at it again. And when Lizzo was in the Staples Center, asked out, you had a real strong argument of, well, she has no business doing it. It makes no sense to do that. Why is she wearing that shit? The shit looks like trash. Nobody else would do that, right? And I still stand by that. That is, it has nothing to do with fat shaming or anything like that. She's just got a trashy mentality. She made some trashy decisions at that point. So the next thing you would say, okay, is, well, there's a situation you can kind of compare it to with her and then the Draya chick, and doing the same thing. Both songs relatively provocative. It was the unedited version of "Back That Ass Up," and the other song, like I said, had some provocative lyrics in it too. Both twerking, both on Easter Sunday apparently, but at different times. Is it late night on Easter Sunday? Is that like has he risen and gone back to sleep? Now you can start wilding out. Is that where that works, and then is it okay, or did P Diddy use this as a method to low key shoo Lizzo, who is a plus sized entertainer? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I don't even need to read the comments. Or was he shooing her, on the low key? So I'd like to know your thoughts on this. Is it fat shaming if you say, hey, this is my live, right? And I'm looking for a particular type of model to entertain my fans who are watching this live with me. Is it wrong for someone to say, well, hey, just like you would at any video shoot, right? If the model is not adequate, she doesn't make the cut. Would someone be wrong for blocking somebody off their live to appease their fan base? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm curious, right? So, man, this is terrible stuff going on. We just live in a crazy world, right? I don't even know. Like, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about the Rona. You know, nobody does. But everything is Rona right now, right? And so, just trying to come up with different things to discuss, different things to speak on. I got to be careful. I don't want to become the entertainment guy. But this is where we are. P. Diddy and fucking Lizzo. But like I say, we have to talk about the societal aspects of this interaction, and can this have a long term lasting impact on fat shaming, or is it preference, or I don't know. We'll make it make sense, right? We'll end up on the right side of this thing one way or another. Give me just a moment, and then we will get the line open. We'll take some calls. Hope all of y'all have had a good weekend, man. Hope things have been working out in your favor. Hope that life is giving you everything that you request from it. Here we go. If not, well, gee willikers, I don't know what to tell you. Give me one moment, y'all. And I think everything is good here. I think we're straight. Let me actually put the number on the screen. All right. Let's take some calls. Let's talk about some things, Hey, and if you don't even give a damn about the Diddy Lizzo situation, which it's so crazy. Here's my thing. I like to be pretty upfront. Remind me about big entertainment stories after this call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
It figures this is the topic I get first on. It's Belle.
How are you doing this evening, Miss Belle?
I'm doing okay. Where do I go from here? I don't think that, let me say this from the perspective is I've always been a thick chick all my life, and I'm okay with that. Now, secondly, anyone can have a preference to what they like and what they don't like. When it becomes shaming is when it's borderline bullying about somebody's appearance. That's where it becomes a problem. Now, stars have all known to be asses at one point or another and have it hanging out and make a lot of mistakes. Now, I did not even catch any of the stuff that went on with P. Diddy and Lizzo, but it's not anything that's unusual across society of America today anyway. If you don't care for somebody that's overweight and fat, that's fine. If you don't care for somebody that's a drug addict, that's fine. We can all have our opinions. It doesn't mean we have to insult somebody else for the fact that that's not what our preference is. It's not meant to come off as a lecture. It's just meant to come off as, there were a couple of comments in the chat that kind of hit a nerve. It's like, well, if they're fat, they can just lose weight. Well, if you're meeting a person at where they're at in their life and they happen to be fat, then that's kind of being prejudging something that they should have done before they met you. Interesting fact. Sometimes I'm not giving any excuses or any reasons why people are overweight. Shit happens. The United States is more overweight in the last 20 years than it's ever been. Across the board, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. The fat ratio per person has increased astronomically over the last 50 years. Now, some of it's food choice, some of it's bad choice. But to shame somebody because they're not what a person's ideal is, yeah, that's just being downright judgmental. And not cool. Now, Lizzo has gotten herself into some stupid-ass shit because she pushes buttons. So if he kicked her out, it might have been a good reason. I don't know. I didn't see what happened on TMZ or any of those. So can you kind of fill me in just a bit? Because I came into a little bit on the late side.
Well, from what I saw, it was a matter of, I'm not sure if you're familiar with some people have been doing Instagram battles. Some people have been having little stay home Instagram parties, and people will watch the celebrities, Instagram feed or live, whatever they call it. And
So they've been doing that for a long time.
yeah,
Two
and
different
so
things.
and so what has happened is that other celebrities will come on, and join them in the live. You can, I guess, pat somebody in. And so Diddy was partying with his family, and apparently Lizzo had her selection of music, and it was a song with some very provocative language. And she began to react the way that Lizzo normally reacts to any song, and that is to start twerking.
So
Well,
needless to say, it was not family oriented. Okay.
yeah, and so he kind of shut it down relatively quickly. Now, apparently later on this evening, another young lady was on the Instagram live. A woman who you could say is maybe more proportioned, if you will. And
Okay.
so she began to play a song, not the same song, but a song that generates a response similar to what Lizzo was performing. And, there was no rushing, there was no hey, 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 there was no, ceasing of the action. So people felt like, that P. Diddy was being biased. He was fat shaming Lizzo by, stopping her from twerking, but allowing the other young lady to commence with her twerk.
Okay, let me ask you a question. And you said that you knew that the song wasn't as provocative. Do you feel as though that was the reason? Or do you think he was just being an ass?
One song was a classic. One song is relatively new. And I think because of the song that it was, the classic song, maybe you're so used to hearing it that certain things just kind of slip by you because you don't, it just doesn't register. I personally don't think he was being an ass. I think you gotta look at the video itself, because here's my thing with it. Because other people say, oh, well, if that was the only case, well, then, yeah, he was fat shaming. Me personally, if you see the video, he's not even on the camera when Lizzo begins to start twerking. So you can tell that he does rush to the camera. It's because you can tell that he's responding to the music that he's hearing from her. And then I think even when the other young lady was twerking, I don't think he was on the camera too much. And then he kind of got back on the camera, and she had kind of ceased a little bit. So my thing is, honestly, I don't think that P. Diddy saw either one necessarily. I really feel like he was responding to the music, but you could come up with an argument and say that he was being biased if you really wanted to make one.
Well, it's like anything; it's all subjective. Okay, all right. I think that it kind of takes it a little further in the fact that it's one of the few things that, it doesn't have any. There's no real repercussions for fat shaming. And I'm not saying there should be or there shouldn't be. What I'm saying is that it's one of the last places that people can poke fun and almost borderline bully, and there's not a whole lot that's done about it. And on that note, somebody else had suggested that, just because somebody won't publicly acknowledge somebody that is fat, overweight, fluffy, obese, or whatever, doesn't mean that they won't do them in the back room. It just means that they won't have a public situation with them. And on that, I'm pretty much done unless you got any questions.
No, ma'am. I have no further questions after that.
All right, let's see who else responds, and let's have a good night.
All right, all right. Well, I appreciate you getting the party started. The bell has rung. Class is in session. Thank you, Miss Bell, for calling in this evening.
All right, good night.
All right, have a good evening. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
That's your boy Roman.
Roman Reigns. How are you doing this evening, Roman, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Good weekend, man. I'll be honest with you. Didn't do nothing for Easter. I wasn't really feeling the best, but it was still a good weekend, though. Just relax, calm my body, passing all my grades because they still got us doing online classes. Make sure everything is in check, everything's in check, So yeah, good. All right. So man, now before I start, Honcho, I'm mad at you, man.
Okay.
Uh, I'm a
Why,
little irritated at you.
why is
Where
that?
is the interesting shirts, man?
Where's the what now?
I need the interesting shirts, man.
Man, look, I'm waiting like you waiting. So I mean, we both look the as soon as you know things get appropriately done. You know, like I say, they'll be on the way. I've taken notes of some of the requests. It's just that the facilities where I guess with the company that I use have been slowed down because of I guess they're not deemed essential, and
Uh-huh.
so they've had to go reroute stuff to other places. So it's taking longer for certain things to get in. But just stay tuned.
All right, man. I'm just playing with you, but let me get on to this topic. All right, Hunter. Look, I'm gonna say this already. What I'm about to say is probably gonna be controversial, and to be honest with you, I really don't give a damn. You get what I mean? The din is not sensitive, so I think I can say this.
Okay.
Honcho, I don't give a damn about what Diddy did. In my opinion, what Diddy did was right.
Mm.
Because you know what? Lizzo's had too many goddamn chances, in my opinion. The first time we seen you, at least I seen you, but most people seen you was BC Awards. Bitch, you come out with a cake. You're promoting body positivity, right? But you contradict that by coming out with cake, knowing what cake represents when it comes to eating and obesity. You get what I mean? That makes no sense to me. And the other thing I have a problem is every time we see you, I've never seen Lizzo once go out to different meetings and talk about body positivity, how to love your body, funding money, talking about how she talks about. If she would do that, I'll leave her alone. But no, you're using it as a front to get your so-called career that you can even call that shit out. Because every time we see you or you get a chance to be seen, you're twerking. Let's don't forget what you did at the Lakers game when you got kicked out wearing them leggings and shit. Photo shoots naked. I heard a rumor she got an OnlyFans. I'm trying to make an OnlyFans. You get what I mean? And it's not just that. You get what I mean? Also, you know, well, now, when you win, you get on this live, the first thing you do is first is I understand the song. But that's the first thing you automatically go to. And this is why I know she knew that shit was wrong. Because Diddy's son had caught him. You see, you look at the video, he was dancing. And he was like, oh shit, but he didn't say nothing. But then when Diddy caught, Diddy had stopped the shit to that. You get what I mean? As soon as Diddy stopped it, she said, oh, my bad. You know what you was doing was wrong. Because that's why you said it so damn quick. Because if you didn't know, you've been like, oh, I didn't know. But as soon as he caught you, he was like, oh, my bad. So finally, somebody called you out on your shit, and now you look dumbfounded. Now you call him colorism. Man, Hunter, this colorism shit is stupid. It's dumb. Look, at the end of the day, we all black. Ain't no colorism between niggas. We all want to treat each other the fucking same. Look, I'm not going to treat a light-skinned nigga just as good because he light-skinned or I'm light-skinned. No, that nigga on some bitch shit, I'm going to get with him. I don't care. Same with dark-skinned nigga or any other race. I think this is stupid. I think it's another just facade. It's another just make something for the black people to separate ourselves, which is dumb. You get what I mean? I just don't understand it. Now, look, you get to the Draya situation. Number one, I'll just say this. You got that Mark Draya look better than Lizzo. Okay? Who cares? You want me to be honest? You know what I mean? She a hoe too, but the thing is, this is a better looking one. I'm sorry. Because Lizzo been irritating me for a while, and that's what I'm going to say. You get what I mean? The thing is, do I think it was some bias? Yeah. You get what I mean? It was some bias because of Diddy has a preference. Then just the hell there's nothing we can do about it. One man, he never even said this, but he likes light-skinned girls over big dark-skinned girls. Who cares? That's it. It's nothing. This story has nothing moving from it. It's nothing we learn from this story. You get what I mean? But regarding this big attention, you get what I mean? It makes, in my opinion, no sense. Let's get one thing straight. Diddy is gay. That's all he can get. Okay? So if he even likes Draya, whether She would be a beard. That's why he was bearded with what's her name for so many years. Cassidy. That's why he was there. She was bearded with him for so many years. Now she go married somewhere else. She got a kid now. You get what I mean? Diddy been gay since the law allowed, okay? All that shit. So he probably not even look at her like that. He just looks better. That's just it. You get what I mean? If people got a problem, oh well. Because Lizzo, look, I would defend her more if she was actually going out there talking about something positive. I might defend her. But I'm not defending nobody that contradicts themselves. That you talk this and you don't preach it because all you're trying to do is be naked. Well, there's a site called Pornhub if you want to do that. So you know there's not a lot on Instagram Live. You know because you all a bigger woman, your ass cheeks and your thighs are going to be showing more than somebody like Draya. You know this shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. I don't want to hear that. That's just my opinion, Honcho. I'm just like, you know.
I'm just letting you get your rant on, man. The people, they need a Roman rant, so I was just, let you get your rant on, man.
It's been coming. I've been needing to let one out. Lizzo was the first. She was number one culprit. She was number one. You get what I mean? Because I see so many of this. You get what I mean? When you hold around, so many women, especially on social media, I've seen it at school. You hold around, that's the all sorts of dudes. You would say the most bluntest shit, but when somebody call you a hoe, somebody call you a bitch, somebody do something like that, oh my God, it's really, really offending you. No, you know what you was doing is wrong. You know that's what I'm going. You know what people will say if you keep doing it. You have no self-respect for yourself because you already know the results are going to be. So accept that. If you know what you're doing is not right, accept that you're going to be wrong. Accept that you're going to be wrong. Because that's what a lot of people feel when you do outlandish shit like you're doing. But she just doesn't realize what she's doing is outlandish. But now, when Diddy politely called her out of his shit, it's a problem. That's what I did, man. So, I ain't going to talk to you longer, man. That's my problem, man.
I appreciate the call there, Mr. Roman.
Yeah, and anytime, man.
I have a good evening. I'll be honest, the last little bits of that call were a little sketchy, but we good to go. We Gucci. Let's see. Where we at? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Man, it's your boy Eastside.
Eastside, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's going on, in your opinion, Mr. Eastside, with this Lizzo and Diddy situation? Do you have a problem with what P. Diddy did?
Man, hell no. Hell no, not at all, man. I think you kind of know which direction I'm gonna go through on this old Lizzo debacle. Man, that ain't even the first time she's like done some fucked up shit, man. Remember she was at that Lakers game and she had her ass out,
yes,
and she had a stinking ass on the seat.
Yeah, that definitely. Yeah, I remember.
Man,
that. You know,
it's just the crazy part about it, man. You know, Lizzo, she's already crossed over to that white audience, man. It ain't even like her shit is playing on 97.9. She don't even need to do that type of shit. She's like pretty much already made it, man. She has a whole different fan base. But she has to play up to this stereotypical loud attention-seeking, let me guess, loud big black woman. And it's just like, fuck. Do you see Adele doing this shit?
No, not at all. Not even close.
I mean, and she actually can sing. You know what I'm saying? She got a voice, and the music ain't really for me, but I mean, she's talented. She don't even got to do that shit. And shit, Diddy was right, man. And shit, another bitch come on there that's halfway looking decent. Shit, man, I don't have no problem with what Diddy did.
Okay.
He made the smart move.
Okay. So a point was brought up about colorism. Do you think that's an issue at hand? You know.
Mm, not as far as that, man. This is not the first time that she did some shit like that. She had did another post on Instagram or some shit where she was at a dude's like belt buckle and she was like looking up like she was about to suck the dude off. She do stupid shit like that all the time, man.
I guess anything for
You
attention.
see that one where she was about to suck the dude off and she was like talking to the dude?
No, I never seen that one.
Man, she didn't actually do it, but you know what I'm saying? She was down there.
Yeah. Well,
Just,
she's a master flute player. I'm assuming that she has skills that transfer to other areas. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Her vocal box can work. Man, what you do for Easter, man?
Oh man, a whole bunch of nothing, man. I've been trying to catch up on the Ozark, so I've been giving the Ozark a real legit shot. I think I'm somewhere in season 3. I gotta.
Oh man, you made it through. You must enjoy it since you done made it. What you think about it?
It's good. I got a few little qualms about it, but it's actually it's a good show. I'm not too upset with it. It's just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's just a couple little things that bother me, but it's part of the story, and everybody know who's that one particular character especially, but it's just a lot going on. But I'm gonna finish up this season and then really really just kind of express my thoughts on the whole thing.
It's one of those binge-worthy shows.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely but it's definitely one of those definitely keep your attention. 335. That is not true. It's partially true, but it's not all the way true. Uh, like I said, yeah, it's just a lot in that show that has to be discussed. So, uh,
Yeah, yeah, bro.
what about
That's
yourself,
all I
man?
wanted.
What about yourself? What did you do for the
Man,
police?
I stayed in the house, man. I didn't have to work and shit. I just stayed low key, man. I wasn't trying to see no family members or do a motherfucking thing, bro. Kind of just stay low key. My money was kind of funny anyway, so I just stuck to myself and just waited till tonight. I'm at work now, so didn't go out my way for nothing, man.
Okay, okay. That's just kind of what it is. I mean, it's just a weird,
It's just a
weird
weird
time.
Easter.
Yeah, it's just everything right now is real awkward. So, I think it's gonna take. I don't know if it's gonna be stick around long enough for us to get used to it or what. But I definitely think it's interesting how people are responding to
Man,
to things
I
right
can't
now.
handle too much more, man. I'm looking at the end of the month, man, and if it's still around on the end of the month, man, I'm about to get out there, man. I'm about to do some wild and crazy shit.
So, like, man, did you heard
Just say
somebody?
fuck it.
They said that someone killed themselves because they said they couldn't take it not being able to go outside or something like that. And I'm just like, I have to look. I want to look further into the story to make sure, try to get some more details on it. But if that's the case, like, go step outside. Take it. I mean, if you at that point where you finna off yourself because you can't go out, go the fuck
Man,
outside.
go outside.
Like, go fuck
Yeah.
outside because if you at 100% chance of offing yourself versus a small percentage chance of the Rona doing something to you like that, like, go step outside, get some fresh air. Like, don't go that far, y'all. Like, but it's crazy stuff. So it is what it is. No, absolutely no path crossing there. Fortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. That's
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get on out of here, man.
okay. All right, Mr. Eastside Hero, man. I appreciate you calling in, sir, and I'll be talking to you
All
soon.
right, bro.
All right. All right. Shout out to Mr. Eastside here. Let me see what Broderick over here talking about, man. But so here's my thing, though, man. Right? This shows everything is up. That's terrible. That's terrible. But that's what I'm saying. But oh, hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Smell like Honcho is Jason S.
Hello, Mr. Jason S. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm good, man. No complaints.
That's good. That's very good.
So, do you have any personal thoughts on, the response of P Diddy to Lizzo's twerking versus the twerking of the other young lady?
Yes. Yes, I do. And if you want my honest opinion, I don't think P. Diddy was fat shaming.
Okay. What do you think was going on there?
Because look at the choice of music. Because you said one was a more classic song, a little bit more explicit, and one was relatively new, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I'm assuming Lizzo was using the classic song, right?
No, Lizzo was using the more modern song.
Oh. So my guess is at first I was going to say maybe she got kicked off because of the music choice. Either that, or if what Eastside Harold and Roman were saying is true, then maybe P. Diddy had the right idea when kicking her off, because she's done it before.
Okay. I mean, if you were P. Diddy, knowing her history, and if you were in his shoes, and you see her commence to engaging in behavior that has often had some notable consequences, would you cut it short?
Probably.
Okay. Do you listen to Lizzo music?
Hell no.
No. I mean, I thought you were a music lover. I thought you were diverse in your listenings.
I mean, I am.
So why no Lizzo?
But I don't know. I don't really listen to anything new. I mean, I've heard like little snippets of it. I was like, it's okay.
Okay. All right.
What you listen
So what is name a newer song that you like? That's that you would say that is maybe a pop song or something of that sort that you enjoy, to give us an idea of the music that Mr. Jason S. can tolerate.
So it ranges from The Offspring to probably Corinne Bailey Rae.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So, what are your thoughts as a whole with this situation? Do you feel like it was wrong of him to come back and let another girl basically kind of do the same thing without cutting her off? Do you feel like there was any bias in that aspect, even if you don't think it was fat shaming, or do you think it was because just of Lizzo and who she's known to be is why he may have responded the way that he did?
I think it was a mix of song choice and what Lizzo's done in the past.
Okay. All right. Lizzo sometimes acts like a hizzo. Okay. All right. Anything else? Do you have any other thoughts on this, or anything else that's on your mind? How was your Easter, sir?
I didn't having Easter. My parents were working.
Oh, okay. You didn't try like hiding the eggs from yourself?
I'm gonna be honest, Honcho. I hate the Easter egg hunt, and I hate the Easter bunny. Even as a kid, I hated him.
Okay. What the hell is going on? And what was the beef with the Easter Bunny? Or do you know where that originated from?
No, and I don't really want to know where it originated from.
You don't want to know where your dislike of the Easter Bunny originated from?
It could be from probably just the idea of it.
Okay.
But just the idea of an Easter bunny, I guess, pooping out magical eggs, and just hiding them around and just putting them around your backyard, and then he gives you an Easter basket. I mean, that's kind of creepy.
I mean,
It kind of goes along. It kind of goes along with Santa, but I guess the reason why it's not talked about as much is because when you're a kid, it doesn't really seem creepy. Along with the idea of Santa Claus, the idea of a fat man dressed in red and going down your chimney and putting presents in your under your Christmas tree doesn't really seem that creepy when you're a kid. Think about it.
yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from. 'Cause I used to think the same stuff when I was younger. Like, where are these eggs coming from? What's up with this rabbit? This is clearly a mammal. Mammals do not lay eggs. And, that was a big problem for me myself. So I get it. I get it. I definitely get your your perspective and where you're coming from with that. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Well, anything else that's on your mind there, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Well, Mr. Jason S., I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts on the Lizzo Diddy Instagram incident.
Man.
All right, you have a good evening, sir.
You have a good evening, too.
All right. God damn, there goes that thing again. Yeah, that is a thing. I completely forgot yesterday was. There we go. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, my Honcho, how you doing, my dear?
Doing well, Miss Grace. How are you this evening, Miss Grace?
Good, good. How was your Easter?
Very uneventful. Yeah, a lot
Same
of,
here. Very quarantine-y.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
did best we could, you know?
So
Trying to keep it.
now I saw you post some things in the Facebook. What was that exactly that you had going on for dinner yesterday? It looked quite delicious.
Oh, I got prime rib with just one rib because nobody wants to eat it but me. And then I some potatoes and Brussels sprouts with some garlic and butter and olive oil and some herbs, and I put that in the oven. And that was it. And didn't do dessert or anything like that when the kids were small. When we were small, my mother would bake a cake, and she just frosted white, and then we'd go to sleep, and we'd get up. The Easter Bunny would decorate the whole cake. So I used to do that for my kids, and then my granddaughter. We'd do it with the cornstarch and make like the Easter Bunny ran all over the place, all that craziness. But the Lizzo thing. That girl is always getting herself in trouble. And you know what? I was thinking, Honcho, this seductive dancing has been going on forever in many cultures. You know, we have the Middle East with the belly dancing. You know, we have the Bollywood with the people from India, Russian ballet, flamenco, tango, samba, and that video I had sent you one time with Alicia Francis, the thick girls in heels with their choreography.
Yes.
That's one of my favorites. And then the Ukraine strip dancers. You mean, it's cool like that. But these people work their bodies like Navy SEALs. It requires great precision, careful technique, discipline, and their bodies are in phenomenal shape. Then we come out with this twerking thing, and it's a lazy kind of dance to me. You mean, it doesn't look healthy. It just looks like people are throwing fat and cellulite all over the place. It's unappealing. So if he didn't want to look or his kids to see Lizzo up there like that, I really can't blame him because Draya, you did say her name right.
Yeah.
She got up there, she did it first, she twerked, but she had on a nice black and white pinstripe or pencil stripe suit, and it was really nice. It was sensual. I had mentioned this before that people don't know the difference between being sexy and being slutty. They think it's all the same. Draya did it. It was very sensual, and she looked good, and she looked healthy. Lizzo is a really pretty girl, and she's talented with playing the flute and things. But her throwing that cellulite and that body, it's gross. But he said he didn't do it because of the twerking. He did it because the music choice. And as a father, he was there with all 6 of his kids. I had to look up and find out where that 3rd little girl came from. What? Again, cheating men. But he had his kids up there. They're doing a dance-off, and they're trying to get donations and things. He didn't say what the charity was going to be or anything like that. But that's his choice, who he wants his kids to watch, especially when he's there with them. When we watch movies and things, I don't want to watch anything erotic or sex things or anything with my kids. He didn't want to see that. He didn't want to hear that music. I don't know what the song was, but that's what he said. He didn't want to hear that music, and he said that Lizzo is one of the best twerkers in the world. She gets plenty of compliments, so she needs to be able to take the criticism that goes along with it. You're not so special that you just get the compliments, girl. You're going to take the criticism that goes right along with it. But that 3rd little girl, I'm saying, okay, he's got L.B. Shore's son that he's raising.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his son Justin. He's got the other boy. And then he had the twin girls, Delilah and Jessie J. And I'm like, where the heck does this other little girl come from? And I looked it up, and when he was with Kim Porter, she was pregnant, and she found out that he got another girl pregnant. So that little girl was born 5 months before the twin girls were born. Because I was going to say, she looks like the other ones. I'm like, where did this kid come from? Cheating, man. Cheaters. But...
I'll have to, go and reassess and read some details on that because, as far as I was told, black men don't cheat. So I believe P. Diddy's black man. We could call that into question, but I just have a hard time believing that Sir Puff Daddy would be, unfaithful. It's hard.
Don't get me started, because he's a slut too. He's a slut too. He's a male slut. Yes, he is. And I just want to tell you, in the Discord the other day, one of the Den guys was talking about how he can't wait to have a menage a trois, this, that, another. And I said, you mean with 3 people? I said, so you wouldn't mind being in bed with another man? He goes, oh, no, menage a trois is only 2 girls and a man. I looked it up. A menage a trois just means 3. I was right. It could be 3 men, it could be 3 women, it could be 2 women and a man, all of that, any of those combinations. You know what I mean? Nasty, nasty, nasty. Okay? Slut. And so what I said to him, I said, you better be careful because you might run into a woman that might be a deal breaker, that she doesn't want a man that participated in anything like that. I said, I wouldn't, but he said he'll take his chances. So I hope he's listening.
I have no idea who it was. I don't think I even want to know.
No, I won't even say. I won't even embarrass him like that.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out without even wanting to. Okay.
But Lizzo, even with the cellulite, she's just too big. Some men like cellulite, a little cellulite. They think it's sexy. When I was in South Beach one time, quite a few years back, I saw, that rapper Fabulous? And then I saw A.J. Calloway, he's from 106 and Park, and I heard that he likes women with cellulite. So I'm walking down the street, and I'm like, hey, he had the long braids. Check it out. Got a little cellulite. Because he thinks it is so sexy. And Lizzo she's a beautiful girl, but it's unhealthy. Especially with our people. I don't condone people thinking that's okay. Now they're trying to blame us they're saying we're getting the coronas. Now the Chinese are blaming the Africans on the current corona. You mean we're more prone to have diabetes and hypertension and heart problems and things like that. So everybody wants to eat what they want. They don't want to exercise. And then when they get sick, they want everybody to feel sorry for them. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to feel sorry for you. You knew better. You know, God forgive me, as mean as it sounds, my mother smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day. You mean, so when she came down with cancer, well, what did you expect? You know, I didn't want my mother to have cancer, but what did you expect? You know, it'd be a different thing if she was just healthy and jogging along like some guy had dropped dead from jogging because he was so healthy. But no, if you're sitting there doing those things, now they're saying weed, you can get the corona real bad. If you smoke weed, did you see that? I had put that on the Facebook page.
Yeah, I saw that. They said I saw weed, tobacco, alcohol. I mean, I heard basically any kind of almost anything. It seems like is bad news for the corona right now. So
and it's the same things that are bad news for everything else. You know, smoking, drinking, drugs, not exercising. You know what I mean? Not drinking enough water. All of those things. It's the same old thing, Honcho. But people need to take heed. You know, people need to take heed. I told you. I don't do fat. That's all to it. And you know, I'm a slim, thick kind of girl. You know what I mean? But I ain't never been fat a day in my life because I will never let myself go over a certain size. Yeah, I'll go 9'10", that's it. Yeah, for my height and everything, size 11, I'm not doing it. Yeah, I will punish myself. You mean, no, Kathy, you don't deserve no new clothes. You know what I mean? Until you drop a few pounds. You know, it's all to it. You know, but I'm not going to preach them. I'm going to Heidi and I are going to have a fitness boot camp for everybody in the den.
Heidi ain't going to show up. Heidi's going to be a no-go. She's going to send some old recycled videos, old twerking techniques.
Oh, I would love to see that. I heard about the twerk in that video. I'd love to see that. You know, but that's about it. I'm just going to sit here and listen to everybody else.
All right. Well, Miss Grace, well, I'm sorry that your Easter was feeling kind of quarantined, but, you know, again, like I say, you know, at least you got to enjoy it a little bit. It looked like I say you had a very good meal, so I had to inquire what that was, but I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this evening.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Joe, good evening. Shout out to Miss Grace. If you are not in the Den Facebook group, and I think in the Discord too, Miss Grace definitely shares some very lovely pictures. If you're not in the Discord by now, I mean, you're just a terrible person. I mean, you're like the worst kind of person. Like, if you come into the Den show each and every night and you're just not in the Discord, I don't even know what to say. Kenneth, you're not going to get mod by default for getting grades canceled. It doesn't quite work like that. You're not going to get any freebies. You got to earn it. Let's see. Let me see. Big M, hey. We know that Lizzo is your favorite entertainer, so we'll be light on the commentary. But my thing is this, right? I don't know. In my opinion, looking at the video, if you look at the timing, it looked more like, again, it was the music. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the Den this evening?
Hey, what's up?
Hello. Who do we? This voice. I mean, it sounds familiar. I don't want to mistake it with somebody else. Who do we have calling in tonight?
You know who it is. Don't start your shit.
Who this is?
Who you think this be?
This P?
Who?
Yeah, this P. Nah. No, I'm fucking with you, Miss Rashid. How are you this evening, Miss Rashid?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I have no complaints. So what are your thoughts? Have you seen the Instagram lives and things that have been going on as of late?
Now you know I'm always gonna do my research before I call in. I ain't like some people that don't listen. I mean, don't even know what's going on and just call in. Don't really know, about the subject or whatever. So, or don't know the whole story.
Okay.
And how can you give a honest opinion on something you don't know the whole story?
Okay. Well, we're gonna start calling you Rashida the researcher.
Yeah, researcher Rashida. That's right, of course.
All right. So after your
Now, after
research,
I
what you got?
evaluated the
Okay.
evidence, I can see how people could make a case for the fat shame, but I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. You know what I mean? But he did have a valid point that the record that was being played did have a lot of vulgarity and cursing to start off. And he cut it at the point when the person said, fuck my, DI, whatever.
Yeah.
But did you mention the name of the classic song that Draya was dancing to?
Well, for those who don't know, this classic song did take over for the 99 and the 2000.
It's called Back That Ass Up.
Yes.
And it was the explicit version because I heard the word MF. It said, you a big fan, something, back that ass up, you a big fan, mother, whatever. So there was cursing in that song too.
Yes, it
but
was.
But he seemed not to pay that much attention to it. And then he was telling her, oh, thank you, Drea. You did a good job and all this and that. We appreciate you and all this. Like he was really enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. He's a man, for people that don't know who Drea is, she was on Basketball Wives. But a lot of what she did a lot of modeling and stuff like that. And she's very well proportioned. She has a small waist, a big booty, you know what I'm saying? So
I didn't see that part.
there's that. You saw all of it.
No,
You was all in your phone watching. Stop it.
No. I would never do such a
Yeah.
thing. That's what the Zoom feature is for. But okay. So, but you felt like you felt like he showed more favoritism towards the Drea?
Oh, definitely. That was undeniable.
Okay.
But I don't know if it was because Lizzo was fat necessarily, or that he really enjoyed Drea. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it's like the same thing with women. You give men with big penises a pass more so than you do a man with a small penis. It's like a man with a small penis can't say too much to you.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. But the man with a big penis, he get a little more leeway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at it.
So what you're saying is that for women, it is okay to shame, and men should never use body shaming as a method of downgrading women. Is that what you're saying?
At no point did I say that he shamed her, though. I said I didn't know.
Well, but what I'm saying is that you said that a man with a smaller tool. You said a man with but you said a man with a smaller tool can't get away with as much as a man with a larger tool.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's what I meant.
So what you're saying is there is some
to
tool
do
bias, right?
With other women, that's what I say.
Okay.
That goes
so,
for
so Rashida has tool bias, is what you're saying.
Definitely.
Okay. And would you, if you were just to guess, would you say the majority of other women that you know have tool bias also?
I don't worry about other women. I don't speak for other women. I speak for me. I don't ask them about what they do.
Well, what about the other Rashidas of the world?
There's only one. There can be only one.
Kind of like Highlander.
But men act the way they act. Anyway, I mean, let's be real here. people act like they so upset about fat shaming when the shit goes on every day.
Word.
It's just a part of society. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, word.
Okay.
It's like if he had Idris Elba up there dancing with his shirt off, and then he had the guy from Roseanne, the big guy, the big white guy. If he had him up there with no shirt on, damn. Of course, one is gonna be more appealing than the other one. And there's nothing wrong with people having preferences, in my opinion. It is what it is. But we shouldn't try to act like we so PC in this world when we not. Just because you don't outwardly say something don't mean that you don't have the same kind of feelings. And there was probably a lot of people that was glad he turned Lizzo's shit off, saying, I don't want to see that shit, period.
Do you think that big men get the same level of bias? Or do you think it's only
that big women get?
Yes.
No. Because women are not as shallow as men.
Okay.
Because a woman, she will date a man that's big, not as attractive, if he got a good personality.
If his wallet is big enough.
No, they don't always play into it. Because Biggie Smalls, he was women before he got money. So you can't say that. Well, he was broke and out there. You know what I'm saying? So at least we'll give you a chance. A man, with some men, they're not going to even look your way if you don't look a certain way.
I don't know. I'm gonna.
Now you do know.
I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna say that there isn't more or less bias, but I will say I do believe that larger men have to deal with the same biases that larger women have to face. I think that there is.
First of all, I got more than one larger brother, and they never had a problem getting a woman. So,
Well, nobody's gonna brag on the ones they don't get.
Huh?
I say nobody brags on the ones that they don't get. You don't.
Well, they get enough. They get enough to where the ones they don't get is inconsequential. So.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Right.
That'll be a good show. Big women versus big men. Why the disparity?
That may be something we need to discuss here soon.
That's what you always say. We don't discuss shit.
I mean, we all gonna be big once the quarantine over.
You can throw down 1,000 topics that we ain't never got to.
I wouldn't say 1,000. We a few hundred. Definitely.
I can guarantee you got about 3 or 4 pages sitting up there with topics that we supposed to get to that we ain't never got to.
If I consolidated all these notebooks, I probably do. So, but there is a bias. I'm telling you, there's a bias for large.
Oh, my bad.
Because the reason why is I actually stumbled across some statements that were made by women online, and I meant to save them, but I didn't have time earlier. Just to show you women folk that y'all are just as biased, and they were basically statements that women were making about large men.
I'm not saying that. I done told you 1 million. Okay, this gonna make 1 million in one time. I don't speak for other women. I speak for Rashida. That's it. And that's all.
So if there's only one,
I don't beat to the same drum.
Rashida's a one of one. Okay, so we got that. Rashida's a one of one. Since you can't speak for other women, but would you say that other women judge women? Excuse me, not Rashida's, just women. Would you say that women
I don't like to
judge men
speak
by
for
this?
other women because I could be right and I could be wrong.
Okay.
Now, if you're gonna ask me on the specific women I know, and I can answer that for you.
Yep. Um, from the women that you know, is there a bias against larger men?
Okay, let me put it like this. What you want and what you can get is two different things.
So you say that they accept what they can get, and if it happens to be a larger man, that's what they'll go with.
I'm just saying that the ideal might be a Idris L, but the reality might be Idris plus 50. And that's okay with them, though, so.
Okay.
Some women, a lot of women like big men because, they good to cuddle with, they keep you warm, It's a lot of good qualities, A lot of them have nice personalities.
So, okay. So, women are judgmental, and
No,
what do
I
you?
didn't say that.
I'm
That's
just saying.
our preference.
Well, women are extremely preferential.
Stop trying to spin the narrative.
Well, I'm not spinning out the narrative when you talk, but I'm just saying. How you doing this evening, Miss Andre? The one thing is this. Again, I was just gonna bring some evidence of things that I saw that said, women do have big man bias too. So I think
Yeah, they do. Some do. I'm not gonna say that some don't because I've heard some women say they don't want no fat men, and they not fat. They don't want no couch potatoes. That's okay. You doing what you got to do to keep yourself up. You want a man that's doing the same thing that you doing, and nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Just the same way, like a man, if he into health and he into the gym and everything, he don't want no couch potato woman. He don't want no big woman. I mean, he might not want a big woman.
Yeah,
I think a lot of times when men are into their health and into the gym and everything, they prefer a woman that's doing the same thing they doing.
Yes. There were some women who were mad at Tyrese because he said something like that.
Opposite of what you doing, that can be detrimental to you. Because they want to bring all the junk food and the snacks in the house and everything, and you try to live healthy like that.
So, yeah, you definitely don't want to get tempted. They can be the devil.
Exactly. Like you don't smoke weed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't want no woman that be smoking all the time.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Because that's tempting you.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's a good example. Okay, so women are biased, and...
You know what I noticed about you? You like to side, always side, well, women are this, women are that. What are mean? Bias, shallow.
Men are none of these things.
Like to spin the narrative.
We would never do.
Like to try to tell women what they are.
Name one time one man in the den has ever spun any narrative.
It's only like two of y'all in the den I like, so therefore I don't even listen to the others. I just tune them out. So I don't know what they probably do.
And the two that you
All
do.
of them. They all lack in there. They all biased and shallow. Yeah. Oh,
Okay, give me an example
and
of someone being shallow.
I don't care what y'all saying in the chat. I can get shit started. So what? Who gonna stop? Who gonna check?
I'm trying to know. Give me an example of any man in the den being shallow.
All of them.
Woo, when?
Because that's just general. All of them. It's general. I don't have to pick out a specific one.
Okay, so D Love has been shallow in the chat, and in the.
You gonna pick out the one person? You gonna pick out the one person?
You said all of them. You said all of them.
I can't say nothing bad about. I like D Love. D Love cool. I can't say nothing about him.
Okay.
Him and Brandon, I leave them two out.
Okay, all right. So that's two. What about Beyond the Funny Nigga?
Oh, damn. Okay, that's three.
Mm-hmm. So that's three. That's three right there. Just
See, this what we not gonna do. We not gonna present evidence against what I just said. That's what we ain't gonna do.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm asking questions, trying to find out.
Now you like to ask questions. You like to ask questions, trying to dispute what somebody's saying in a nice way though.
But I'm not disputing. I mean, I'm just asking questions. You said all the men in the den are shallow, and I just wanted to point out a few of the gentlemen. I guess that's a new version of the den. The gentlemen in the den, and I'm just, a few names that just, popped up off the top of my head, and I was like, hey, well, what about these gentlemen? So I mean, if you're going to lump us all in one category, I don't think it's fair to those gentlemen who have been nothing but of the most upstanding moral character.
Yeah, when y'all reference all women as hoes and bitches.
We've never done that. But we've never, ever done that. Never done that.
Y'all always do that.
Hit that like button if you ain't hit that like button.
Y'all
never
say bitches and hoes all the time.
Never, ever done that. No. Because we always say, what do we always say? There's three types of women. So that there's no way we can't call them bitches and hoes if there's three different types. So that means we'd be excluding a third very valuable and very important type. So,
Man's man up. I ain't seen him in a long time. Where he at?
Man, I've been free on the weekend, but I hadn't been doing anything on the last weekends because we was gonna try to make up and see. Look how you changed the subject.
I see the only man in the den that be on my side.
I
need some backup.
There's nothing wrong with a big old woman. You know what I'm saying? If you carry yourself, if you're a larger woman, you carry yourself nicely.
Right.
As with any woman should carry themselves nicely. Like, you don't want to. I mean, that's just a general principle. Anybody who carries themselves nicely and appropriately. I mean, then they're attractive. Then it is what it is. Like, I think that you can be of various sizes, and you want to be proportionate. Just some proportions may be larger than other proportions. But
back to the subject at hand.
Mm-hmm.
What I was gonna say was, I don't think he would have had her on the show if he was fat phobic.
Okay.
That's what kind of made me think that it wasn't necessarily fat shaming. It was about the music, and also he probably just liked Draya because I watched it, and him and whoever that was back there, they was really into watching it. They really enjoyed themselves, and they wasn't paying as much attention to the music. I think they paid that much attention to the music with Lizzo because he wasn't really enjoying it.
Okay. So, in your opinion,
but he has every right. He has every right not to like a plus size woman. That's fine. But you need to make the rules the same. I'm about equality. If Lizzo cursing music wasn't acceptable, Draya cursing music shouldn't have been acceptable.
Would it change your opinion if it was different times of day?
What do you mean?
So say the Lizzo situation happened at noon on Easter, and say the Draya situation happened at almost midnight, Easter night. Would that change the situation in your opinion?
No, because he should have said that when he made his apology. He should have said that it was because it was a different time of night. He still was talking about his family, so the time of day was irrelevant at that point. He was making it like it was a family thing, whatever. But it was also a fundraiser. He raised like $4 million for the
Word.
Corona, Corona. I can't say the name in the thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had all kind of stars there. J Lo was there. He had some more people there.
That's crazy. About J Lo on the damn thing. I don't know. I watched one of them things the other day though. Like I finally, like I say, sat and watched one. I watched one of them, the Tory Lanez one, and his little shit be going crazy. Them motherfuckers be having a good old time. I can't fault them. You know what I'm saying? Ain't
Yeah.
nothing wrong with having
But
a
it
good
was
time.
for a good cause, so I hopefully his shady ass actually passed the money on. Don't try to keep it like he kept Base Publishing. I'm still mad about that.
But you ain't gonna ride though.
Huh?
You ain't gonna ride though.
Oh, you crazy? Yes, I would.
Okay. Uh, oh, that's what you were
But
saying.
like I
Okay.
said, just having the same rules for everybody. Period. And then that way, you can't have people saying that you was biased on any level and making it about her being fat or whatever.
I can't fault
You
you.
can't give special passes to certain people because other people would get offended because they not getting that. And let's be real, a lot of people don't necessarily want equal treatment; they want better treatment. So
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's really what it is. People want to feel special. They want to be treated better than everybody else.
hmm like had he let Lizzo twerk and listen to her dirty music or whatever, and then he stopped Draya, what would be said?
Nothing.
Now he's skinny shaming. He's shaming light skinned people. I mean, a lot of times I think people just be looking for some shit to say.
I agree. I definitely think they are. I definitely think they just be.
Because I definitely think they trying to blow this situation out of proportion,
Yeah, they definitely do. They,
especially in a society where we know that fat people are discriminated against all the time.
word.
Yeah, word.
Hmm. Okay.
You better be careful. I heard somebody some sirens out there.
They running from the Rona. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Uh,
I know I'm over my 10 minutes by a few minutes.
yeah, just a couple. But we're having a very interesting conversation. So I want to make sure that we covered a couple of things. But yes, I do want to wind it down, catch a couple more calls before we get ready to shut it down. But are you staying inside or are you staying away from the Rona
Of course
related
I am.
activities?
I ain't playing with the Rona, and the Rona ain't playing with me. I'm not interested in going out
Okay. Okay. All right.
because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. My city of Chicago ain't did shit.
Mm. What's
They ain't had nobody out here cleaning the streets. I want the damn street sanitized. I want them to do just like them people in China did. Clean every goddamn thing up.
so Lightfoot? That's the
Sanitize the
mayor
whole
name, right?
city. Who?
That's Lightfoot. Lightfoot is the mayor's name, right?
Yeah.
Well, why Lightfoot ain't putting in the
And Chris
work?
for the governor. Huh?
Why y'all voted Lightfoot in and she ain't putting in the work, man?
She need to put a heavy foot on it and do some shit. I need to. You right. You right. You you're right. I need to call her ass. She in a damn barber shop and shit. Get your ass out here and do something on these streets.
Mm.
I hope she listens to the den and she hear what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got her on speed dial. I call her up. I'm just, that's why I'm telling you, voice your opinion, so that way, she gonna hear it directly from the den. Make sure that way she'll get active. You know what I'm saying? That way, get y'all streets clean and swept.
Like, use my other name though, Keisha. Don't use my real name. I don't want any problem.
They gonna pull up on the doorstep knocking.
Exactly. I don't want some kind of problem.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, that's a bet. That's a bet. Well, Miss Rashida, it was pleasant talking to you this evening, and I look forward to
You know
talking to
what?
you soon.
It was something I wanted to say the other day. I didn't get a chance to call in
Okay, what
when
was
it
that?
was it was the anniversary or whatever, and I want to tell you congratulations on that.
Okay, thank you very
And
much.
what else was it? It was something. I don't know. I just couldn't get through. And make sure you give me my pistachios for this call. 3,000.
3,000. I got you marked down. I see what I got going. When I do my pistachio updates here.
You know what? It be rough trying to get through sometimes. Sometimes I get right on too.
Like I said, it just depends. I think on the topic.
Hey, where my girl Miss Meat at?
Miss Angela.
Yeah, Miss Angela.
I'm not sure where Miss Angela is this evening.
Okay. Okay. You know what I want to ask you? It's a little bit off topic though.
What was that? What would that be, Miss Rashida?
Is that your real voice, or do you be trying to make your voice sound deep?
I try to make it sound deep just for you, Miss Rashida, just to provide you some late night entertainment.
I'm finna go. Oh, Lord have mercy. Goodness, Jesus. Lord.
Man. Terrible.
No, I'm serious. Like, have your voice always been like that, or?
As far as I remember, I mean, it's always sounded the same to me. I don't really know a difference.
Okay. Hey, where's Sarah? Is she in the den?
Is Miss Jess Sarah in here? I saw her here earlier. I saw her get her early bird pistachio.
Oh, okay. I think it's time for me to go now.
Okay. All right.
I know when it's time for me to go.
All right, Miss Rashida. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and as always, it is good
All
to
right,
hear
Mr.
from you.
Barry White. You have a good evening.
Yes, you too.
Bye-bye.
All right, Miss Rashida, you have a good one.
You too. Bye.
All right, bye. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Yo, what's going on, son? It's Kemah from the 212, you know what I'm saying? Popping up from the 212 by way of the 252. No, that's a wrong. No, not 252. Whatever. Forget that. What's going on, son?
Not much, Mr. Ken. How was your how were your Easter festivities? Or was it just another day to you?
Yeah, I don't celebrate the U.S. holidays, you know. So I just do my thing. So I want to do is cook some bomb ass food. One of my friends is a chef, and she cooked some fucking Japanese turkey. I mean, I ain't never tasted no shit like that. It was so fucking bomb. Like, yo, telling you, shit was bomb. With some like mac and cheese, and she had some other shit up there, but it was like really, really, really good. She's what's the dude name? He's a rapper. Lupe Fiasco. Is that his name?
Yes, Lupe Fiasco.
So she's his personal chef.
Oh, word?
She goes on tour with him and shit. So she's back in the city and she's like cooking like really heavy. Our food is really bomb.
Okay.
How was your Easter festivities? Did you wear your Easter suit and say your Easter speech?
Did none of those things, but I did spend some time catching up on Ozark. Was primarily what I did. I did some other stuff. I'm just waiting on that to finish up. But most of my leisure time was watching a bunch of wasting away in front of the television. So I'm gonna finish
I
this
heard
series, and
that.
then that'll probably be the last watch of TV for a while once I finish up Ozark.
You know what? Yesterday I actually smoked a blunt of weed for the first time since September, and like just throw the whole weed away. I don't want it anymore. Like, yeah, it wasn't cool.
So what was the problem with it? What was it? What changed your opinion about the reefer?
Well, I'm an Aries, so I'm kind of what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for when you just go? Um, Damn it. Does anybody out there know the word that I'm thinking of? You know the word like when something's on your mind and you just do it, you know?
Well,
Like if you're a shopper and you just look at shit in the store and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get this, oh, I'm gonna get that, I'm
not
gonna get that.
ambition, not
No, it's not that.
Well, I know the word you're talking about, but it's not
You
for
know
me.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you mean. Impulsive.
strong, impulsive,
Yeah.
in fucking impulsive. Yeah, I'm very impulsive.
Shout out to John.
Oh, John said that.
Yes, John from NY.
Man, shout out to John from the NY. I hope he don't got that wrong and nobody else in his family got that wrong. I think. Shout out to John all the way out there. I don't know if he in Staten Island or Long Island, whatever island he on. Shout out to John. You know. But yeah, I threw all the weed in the trash. I was spending like $40 on like this weed. I just threw it in the trash. Like I
Hmm.
don't want it. Yeah, I kind of don't want it. It was a waste of money, but it was really good. Some shit called like Wedding Crasher.
Hmm.
Like really, really, really strong.
So what made you make the decision to grab a little bit of reefer?
Well, because I've been like drinking a lot lately, and I don't like that. I'm starting to feel like an alcoholic. Wasn't until the Corona shit started.
Mm.
Like I've been drinking like a lot, like a fish. Not like a fish, like only like at night. But I mean, shit, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I mean, I'm working like I'm editing my photos right now from this photo shoot I had. But I mean, I can't like go anywhere, you know. So yeah, I kind of didn't want to turn into an alcoholic. So I was like, well, let's try the weed, and then I tried that, and now I don't want it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. But with this Lizzo shit, like, you already know how I feel. Like, you already know how I feel about this shit.
Hmm.
Like, motherfuckers don't like fat bitches. Straight like that. Like, fat bitches is just not, they at the bottom of the totem pole. Like, I don't know how many times we gotta talk about this. Like, America don't fuck with fat people. Like, they just don't. And I feel like everybody be coming up with every excuse in the book. Like, oh, it's the song. Oh, it's a different time of day. Oh, like, it's just a whole bunch of like logistics, you know. But if the if just switch places. Like if Draya was the Lizzo that was twerking to that same song at that time of day, like the way they was like gassing Draya up, they would not have been like, oh no, Draya, no, 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 Draya, stop, stop. Like let's be realistic here. Like if that was Megan Thee Stallion doing the same shit Lizzo was doing at the same time, nobody would have. Oh no, no, Megan, stop! Like they just wouldn't have done that. And I feel like motherfuckers just need to be real. Like I like my racist. Like be racist by all means. Like be it. And if you don't fuck with fat people, just don't fuck with fat people. You know what I'm saying? Like just say like what it is. Don't be on a like halfway shit. Like coming up with all these different logistics and details. No, fuck that bullshit. Like you don't fuck with. You don't fuck with. You don't want to see the fat flopping up and down. You don't want to see the cellulite. You don't want to see the shit. Just say you don't want to see it. Just say it's not appealing to your eyes. And you don't want to see the shit. Straight like that. But don't come up with all the these motherfucking excuses. I don't fuck with all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't fuck with gay people, don't come on all no shit like, oh well you could be this kind of gay or you could be this no. You don't fuck with it, you don't fuck with. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you don't gotta go into a whole spiel on like, to decipher what's what, like the little minor details. Just say I don't fuck with it. Like if you don't fuck with me, like you don't gotta be like halfway. Look, I don't fuck with you, or I do fuck. You know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah, I get you. I definitely get you.
Yeah, that's my spiel on it.
Okay.
Uh,
So you felt
you
like
know,
that but so you genuinely feel that there was some bias in the way that the response was to Lizzo compared to Drea.
of course. Like, like you could look at like the way that just look at the reaction. Like, look at when Lizzo was doing her twerking shit.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't gassing her up. Like the people that was his sons and shit that was in the video, they weren't gassing her up or like even really looking at her. They weren't really even looking at her. Like, but when Draya was doing her little shit, like they was gassing her up, like staring at her, like all the shit. Like it's like and most people is like Donald Duck, like Daffy Duck, Mighty Duck, quack quack. Everybody just follow one another. So, you some unappealing and there's a group, like if the group don't want to look at that, like none of them is going to look at it. Like none of those boys was looking at Lizzo, you know. So you could tell, like we not like if people smart enough to figure out X, Y, and Z, then you can't like play dumb sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like don't do that. Like that's so fake to me. And you gotta like you gotta see it. I don't give a fuck. Like if you claim you smart, or I don't believe nobody smart, but if you claim you got sense and like logic, that will you can look at it and see, that they react to Draya differently from how they reacted to Lizzo. Even if Diddy didn't come in and stop it, you know what I'm saying? Even if he didn't come in and stop it, you could see how they were looking and drooling over Draya versus how they were looking at Lizzo. It's totally different.
Uh,
No?
my phone. I'm sorry about the thing there.
No?
But I'm saying so. I mean, but is it not their right? I mean, like I say, everybody has preferences. If that's not the type of woman they're interested in, and they just decided to, maybe venture off camera or do something else to keep from either saying or responding in a way that may not have been flattering.
That's true though. But it's like eh, like if I'm an artist and if I'm a performer, then and you put something on like that, like motherfucker, you better fake it until you make it. Like you can't like bring someone on your live. You can't bring like someone on your live and treat them differently from the next person. Like this is like you're an entertainer, and when you want people to buy your music, you don't just want one set of people to purchase your music. You want everybody to purchase your music. So you can't be, discriminative, if that's a word, when it comes down to like something like that. I'm not saying that they gotta have been drooling over the girl. You know what I'm saying? But like at least like not act like what I'm saying, like the obvious. Oh, she's fat, I don't fuck with that. You don't have to like show that, you know? But if that's the case, don't have her on a live. That's all I'm saying. If you don't fuck with the shit, don't tell the big bitch to come on your damn live. You already know she gonna get up there and shake ass. 'Cause that's what she do. She gonna get up there and shake ass. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you know that. Don't bring the big bitch on your live. Have all skinny girls come there and shake their ass, and twerk and shit. If that's how you feel, don't make someone feel uncomfortable. Because if I was Lizzo, I would have felt uncomfortable You know what I'm saying? And when I would have looked at it, I would have felt uncomfortable. Like, nigga, fuck you, bitch. Like, no, that ain't hot. Like, don't ask me to come on your shit.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
All
You
right.
know.
Yeah, okay, folks.
But,
If you don't have it, if that doesn't appeal to them, don't even allow the opportunity for the situation to occur. Okay.
right. I mean that. I mean, you just gotta. What if that was your daughter or some shit? You wouldn't want your daughter to feel like, especially everybody always clown the girl anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everybody clown the girl no matter what she do. Everybody find a way to joke on the girl. You know what I'm saying? So why would you even like have that on your platform if you know that it can easily turn left if she's always the joke? You know, I wouldn't even have her on if I felt, you know what I'm saying? Just put a disclaimer out there. Any bitches on there, you know. But you ain't gonna do that because you want motherfuckers to spend their money. You want people to donate. You want people. You basically using people. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is America.
Okay.
What can you do?
I mean,
I just like my racist. Look, if you don't like fat bitches, just say it. You know, just say it. If you don't like gay folks, just say it. If you don't like white people, just say it. If you don't like black people, just say it. And be fine. Like, you know, that's my thing. Like, just don't, you know.
I
But
agree.
I won't hold it up though. I'm just rambling at this point. But be safe. I did find out today that like a whole family of mine in Mount Vernon, New York, has like corona. And I did not. I found that out today. I'm like, oh, that's so sad. I hope no one dies. But yeah, I hope all of y'all stay safe and shit.
Well, you do the same, and best wishes out to your family. Hope everybody makes it through as unscathed as possible.
Damn right. You too, and everybody else. Much love to the I don't read the chat. I can't see the chat and shit. But much love to Cake Face and John and shit. You know, uh, I don't really know anybody else. Um, oh, I forgot. Yeah, John and everybody else. Look, everybody who fuck with me, what's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? East Side, I believe. Everybody who fuck with me, what's up? Hope you stay safe. Everybody who don't fuck with me, I don't give a fuck. And I hope you stay safe too. Put it like that. Have a good night.
All right, you have a good evening too, Mr. Kent. I appreciate you calling in.
All right, much love.
All right. Probably get us one more good call, man. Maybe two. Yeah, the whole other thing, crazy. And I've seen the thing you've been talking about, John, about them denying the blacks the in China. But again, what's niggas gonna do? They got all the fucking hair stores, they got all the fucking corner stores, all that shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's good, Honcho? The prepaid.
Prepaid. What's the motherfucking deal, man? How was your Easter yesterday, Mr. Prepaid?
Man, it was a blessing, man. I got on that grill. I had to represent, man, to put on for the city.
Already.
Did my motherfucking thing. Ribeyes, pork chops, hot links, sausage. It was on, baby. It was on.
Wait, so you went down.
Listen, man. I'm not gonna stay on this long because I'm disgusted by what we become as people. We're gonna do a quick rundown of all of the women that Diddy has been with, okay? Kim Porter, J-Lo, Cassie, Lori Harvey. Now those are women that I know that Diddy has been with. What do all those women have in common?
They are slimmer women.
Very petite, very attractive. Out of all those women, I'd say Kim Porter is probably the least attractive in my opinion. And she bad. Model, actress. Where in there do you see anywhere from a pulling guard? Lizzo is built like a swing tackle. This has to stop. This has to stop. Listen, y'all. Everybody can have a preference in America besides the black man. And Diddy better than me because he came by to hit y'all with too much cussing. It's Easter Sunday. No, get your big ass off of my stream. See, we so caught up in PC culture that we can't even call a spade anymore. If you got two backs and two stomachs, get off my stream. Simple as that. It don't matter if you don't like it. Oh, y'all fat phobic. No one has a fear of fat women. We just don't want to see her on there. On top of it, if Draya is twerking first, why would you want to go second anyway?
That's a bad decision to make.
That just don't make any sense. Okay, when you eat your meal, what comes after that? Dessert, right?
Yes.
Something sweet. Something to change up the palate, right? Something to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get your taste buds going. Why on God's green earth, after I have a steak, would I want this big oversized ass dry ass corn dog? Stop this. You're wrong for that. And stop all that body positivity. I don't know what none of that shit mean. Her big ass, she got an Instagram. If you want to twerk on Instagram, let the chubby chasers, they can come to your Instagram and watch you twerk. Shit. Stop the Diddy shit. My son showed me that. I almost threw up. You don't follow up no shit like that. Stop it. If all y'all making excuses for Lizzo, shame on you. All y'all, this is y'all fault. Keep the biggins off of Diddy Instagram 2020 and 2021. Y'all be blessed. Have a great night.
All right, prepaid. Appreciate the call, man. Oh man. We can squeeze one more in. So somebody else, if we got anybody else that still wants to make a call, we can squeeze one more in. But fucking swing tackle. But yeah, she definitely able to stay a part of the news. And honestly, I think it's to the point that I don't even think she's thinking about it. Like, she's probably really just being who she is. And it's just a polarizing issue. Because I think that I can see it. I can see where people say, oh, well, if she looks like this, she gets a pass. If she's, bigger, she don't get the same love. I get it. I definitely get it. But, and that's a man who has no problem with the BBW persuasion. Again, we told you the den was built off BBWs and robo-hoes. My thing is just that, she just has trashy behavior. Because the things that she does, again, the twerking thing, okay, you kind of have a direct comparison there. But I think with Lizzo, it's just the bad press that follows, everything that she does. And I think, from the little Lakers incident, I think that's what really divided a lot of people. If you team Lizzo, you're going to be all in, because there's probably not too much worse than she can do what she did at Staples to probably offend somebody enough that they wouldn't want to fuck with Lizzo. I think if you are anti-Lizzo at this point from what she did, I don't think there's too much she can do to make you be like, oh, well, maybe she's not so bad. And so my thing is just that I don't think it's necessarily her size when it comes to any of these issues with Lizzo. I think it is just... it's just trashy behavior. The same thing, like, and again, like we talked about, Mayweather's daughter and, being rich and all that, still just having trashy fucking behavior. So if you have trash behavior, it doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter what city you're in, doesn't matter anything that you got going on. If you have trash behavior, you have, you're just going to be trashy. And like I said, I still can't get over Mayweather's daughter's fucking How you gonna stab a pregnant? I don't know. Anywho, yeah. So it's just kind of just what it is. So all the money in the world will not change things, and as much as we probably like and love for them to, but no, it won't. Yeah, what are y'all over there talking about? But again, my whole feeling is like I said, I don't really feel like it was a thing. I honestly don't even think that he saw all of what Lizzo was doing, but they were just like, no, not today. I'm not gonna catch P Diddy. I'm not. I'm not. You're not gonna make me the hot topic of the roller. So, um, but my thing is the one thing I will take out of all of this stuff that's going on, right? And I was talking to somebody the other day. Entertainment as we know it is going to make a complete change. Concerts as we know, I mean, like, it's going to be a wrap real soon. The way we live now, it's already changed, right? Fucking shit that's supposed to come out in theater going directly to the house. You can fucking just order it, whatever. But the behaviors that we are starting to adapt to, again, if it's another 30 to 60 to 90 days, however long it may be, so you build these habits up, it can get real scary. But it's going to be real strange in the long term. See how all of this stuff plays out. How behaviors have or what new behaviors have emerged, from the Rona Chronicles. You know what I mean? So, man. So here's my thing, right? Here's my deal. It's like, I don't know. She's supposed to be like a world. Well, some people say she's a world class flutist. I don't know. She may be a really good flutist. I don't know if she's world class. I have no idea. But twerking and playing the flute, or bad twerking and good flute playing, has never been successful for anybody. My thing is just like, man, look, if you are a well trained flutist, I guess, like, why don't you start introducing people to the flute? Like, make a whole fucking flute album. Like, and no, it's not going to be a huge hit, but it could just be something different. Like, showcase your other skills. Figure out some way that you, I don't know, get a live band and play the flute and have other artists come on and perform. Like, I don't know, do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just to the point where it's like, come on, man. Like, a lot of these artists are afraid to take risks, and so they do the same old safe stuff. And for women, it's act whorish. If you're an artist, if your career is dwindling, wear more revealing clothing, get surgery, do whatever it is. And like I say, it's just all a dirty fucking cycle. Um, but it is what it is. Corona times call for Corona crime. Oh man, they giving everybody fucking get out of jail free passes with these fucking Corona crimes. Look, just don't do it again. Who was it? Old buddy talking about, hey, criminals, just take the day off. Like, really? Did this nigga tell criminals just to take a break and to wait until the Corona time? Like, are you serious? Like, come on, man. Like, this motherfuckers is out here just saying stuff. Like, this is to the point. That's how ridiculous this guy. We're just saying stuff now. We're not even making an effort to stop the crime. We're just gonna say fuck it, please don't. That's where we're at right now. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Niggas just chill, man. That's why I was like, it would be in the city. It would have to be in the city. Yeah, man. Look, just take a break for now. Like, really? Is this really what I'm saying? Like, this is where we are. So I'm like, man, yeah, it's a wrap. Uh, but yeah, it's wild. We're in wild times. But getting back to the Lizzo thing, like I said, to wrap and bring it all full circle and things of that nature. Let me take this off. Fucking like that, man. I get afraid. I'm not getting afraid. I fear that soon, because usually it takes, it happened in England, and then it finds its way to America. Maybe it hits Canada first. But you see, a lot of these places are a lot more stringent on some of the vernacular you can use to address people. And my thing with fat shaming, along with all the other shamings that we have in this society, is one, shame is a good thing, right? Shame is good. Like when you have removed all the shame for any action, then that's when you're going to let some of these detrimental behaviors start to fester and create problems. If you shame things, in early on at the root, I think you minimize the negative potential, I guess, or the negative outcomes that could happen from not chastising the behavior. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when we get to the point where you shame people for nothing. And again, I'm not saying go out and just, fat shame anybody or whatever else it may be. But there's just certain behaviors where you have control over the behavior. Either you take control over it or you don't. We can talk about individual stories and, well, this person did this and they were healthy. We can talk about all the outliers and all the other good stuff. But we know percentages and as a whole what's more likely, what's healthy and what's not. And my thing is that this is something that you can control, so that's why to me it's not a shaming thing. Like you cannot be ashamed. You cannot be shamed for anything that you truly enjoy, that you truly love. So like if you are fat and you are truly happy being fat, you can't fucking you can't be ashamed of it. If you're really truly proud of something, like you can't be ashamed of something. You can't be proud of something and ashamed at the same time. So when people sit and say, "Oh, I'm proud, fat and proud," and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you choose to be. But you can't holler about fat shaming because those things, whatever those terms are, whatever, it shouldn't shame you. It shouldn't make you feel any particular kind of way. If you light skin shaming, big forehead shaming, oh no, never, never. My thing is just this, you know, if you have an opportunity, we talk about all this women's equality and all this stuff, and again, not just depending, it's all about Lizzo, but like I said, I think it's a bigger thing at stake, but Lizzo at one point, I guess kind of trailed off now, was the hottest commodity on the planet. And again, like I said, she could have took all that attention, all that time and focus and started leading. I'm not saying she didn't, I don't know. Maybe she did, who am I? But just start pointing at more positive things for younger women to do. Because I think she related to a lot of women who are the stereotypical or the standard of beauty here in America. And so, you could probably really reach out to millions of youth like that, while you had that platform. But instead, you just get on this motherfucker and twerk all day. If you want to call it twerking. So, it just, I don't know. Again, but who am I to tell anybody what to do with their platforms, right? So, I don't know what it is, who they may have to cater to, but it's none of my fucking business. But what I do know is this. It is almost that time. So what we're going to do is, I might try to sneak in another mixer next weekend. Excuse me. Probably be in the Discord after this for a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna get back on track. I'm not gonna be pulling up these super late nights. It's time to get, like I say, everything on Anita. Because once we flatten this curve, got to take off running. So it is what it is. Shout out to everybody who came through this evening, except for Heidi, just because. So, you just gotta do that from time to time. But I do appreciate all of y'all. I thank everybody for showing up. We will be live same time tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central Time. I'll be putting in all the early birds manually. So after the stream, I'll put all the early birds and everybody who called in. I'll make sure I put all your pistachios in. Excuse me. After the stream. I'm getting caught up. Feels warm in here. But anyway, yeah. But outside of that, man, I just want to let y'all know I do appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. I hope y'all had, like I said, a good weekend, good Easter, celebrating however form or fashion you chose to celebrate. And we'll see about that. I'm not going to promise any day dens yet because I promised some day dens the last couple of weeks and then end up being not as available as I thought I would be. So if I do have a day den, I'll try to be at least, try to be 2 hours ahead if I can. If it's past 2 p.m. Central Time, it ain't going to happen. So generally a day den will probably be between 12 p.m. Central and 2 p.m. Central. If it's not activated within that time, it ain't happening. So, but with that being said, I do definitely want to try to have one because I do enjoy the day dens, and so I think they also bring in a different crowd. So maybe somebody will do something outrageous and foolish, and we can talk about it early tomorrow. But like I said, with that being said, I appreciate y'all. It's a minute or two early, but I fuck with y'all. Until tomorrow, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Y'all ain't got to go home. I'm encouraging you to go to the Discord, but if not, then catch y'all tomorrow at this time, maybe earlier. I'm gone.